guest is a singer and actress best known for her generation-defining performance as Sharpay in High School Musical. Look at that photo. Now you can add business mogul to her resume. Her wildly successful Being Frenshe products are sold nationwide. Please welcome Ashley Tisdale, y'all. I hear that your daughter is going to be 3 soon, right?
She is.
Are you planning the birthday party, all that kind of stuff right now?
She planned it herself, actually.
Wow.
Yes, yeah. She creative directed the whole thing.
Oh my gosh, that's my son. Yeah. My son is the one who would want to do that. He's like, your ideas are great, but
mine are better.
Yeah, that's totally my son. Well, her name is Jupiter, right?
Yes.
So that's the cutest name in the world, by the way.
You.
Where did it come from? Like, why choose that name? What does it mean?
Everybody always asks me that, and I think it's because my mom, when I was younger, when she would put my stockings on, she would sing to me a song that was like, hands up, reach for the stars, there goes Jupiter, there goes Mars. And I think it just like, I don't know, it came back to me at some point.
Aww.
And I thought that was a really pretty name, and my husband named her middle name Iris, and so it was just kind of like we both loved it, and she's definitely a Jupiter.
Oh my gosh, there's power in a name. I think it's funny, I named my kids like before they came out, right? And it's like, they almost take on the name you give them. It's weird.
Yeah,
so you don't want to pick a bad one.
Yeah, definitely not, definitely not.
Yeah, so your daughter actually picked up on a bad word recently. So how did that go?
That was really interesting. There was a book that we got, like it's an adult book, I didn't know. But it was like somebody gave it to us at like some gift or whatever. And it was Go the Blank to Sleep.
Yeah.
And it's a very interesting book. But I saw it in her room and she was like, oh, read that to me, Mama. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, never seen this before. And started reading it and it was like, no, you don't have to go to the bathroom, just go the blank to sleep. So I was like, go to sleep. Because I saw the word and I was like, oh, what is that doing in here?
Like, how is this in her library?
This is interesting. Why is this in her room? And she goes, no, Mama, no, it's, and she said the word. And I was like, okay, either my daughter's a genius and she's reading this book right now, or like, what is happening? So then I went into like my husband, I was like, oh my God, have you read that book to her? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, did you censor yourself? And he's like, of course I did. I'm like, she knows the word that's in that book. So it was my nanny. And my nanny just didn't know because
she just thought you were a super progressive parent. I guess they're okay with this book.
I couldn't believe it, but she was like, well, Jupiter says her dad reads it to her all the time. I was like, but he censors himself.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. It is funny though, like, I don't care who you are. A 2-year-old or 3-year-old saying it's funny. It's funny. For the little miniature human just like throwing it out there.
I was giggling to myself reading it to her because it's on every page and she was correcting me every single page. I was like...
It's so funny because my 2 kids, you'll learn their personality, you know, as they get older, because my boy will be like, he loves it. It's a red button and he's like, can I say it? It's like Friday. Can I do it on Friday? Can I say the word on Friday?
Oh my God.
He's like always dying to say a curse word, while my daughter reprimands me as like my mother would. But the pandemic kind of shifted your entire life.
Yeah.
I feel like it did for a lot of people, but how did it affect you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've been an actress my whole life, and right before the pandemic, I had like done a CBS show, Netflix show, and so when the pandemic happened, it was like my first time actually in my life that I had that much time off. And I'm not one to sit around, I have anxiety, and so I was just like, what am I gonna do? And I created...
You like to stay busy?
I love to stay, yeah.
Me too.
Someone who's anxious does not like to stay home and not do anything, so...
this is so fun!
You need to like busy your mind. So I created a wellness blog called Frenshe, which was about my journey through mental health. And so I came out of the pandemic and have a product line at Target, and I came out a founder and owner of a company. So it's like my whole life is shifted. And so
I kind of think
I had a baby.
I know, COVID is horrible, but I do think like a lot of things, it made us sit still, like, which was kind of good. And then we all kind of took on different things, I feel like, in our lives. And kind of saw what was important or what we needed. And
exactly.
And to stop being busy is a hard thing for people like us. I am just like you. But it's also important. So what kind of got you into that wellness space overall?
I mean, I definitely a couple years ago had struggled really bad, and it was coming to a head, and realized that I had anxiety and depression. And so I was meeting with all these different practitioners, and they were teaching me how living a cleaner lifestyle is really beneficial for your mental health. And so I started that blog wanting to just share my stories and be vulnerable and share about all of the things I've been through so far in life. And then I really noticed how when I was, during the pandemic, rituals were a big thing for me to keep me present, to keep me less anxious at home. And how the power of scent can change your, just your whole mood.
Yeah.
And so that's really was the start of being Frenshe and the products. And I created this wellness line, a body care line, that it really is just about, breathing in a moment for yourself. And whether that's a, spa night or just a roll on oil in traffic, something that just makes you feel, it's got a science to it. It's a mood science scent technology in it.
Yeah.
So it makes you feel a certain way, which is
It totally does. Even I love the scent of vanilla.
Yeah.
I think because my mother always had some kind of vanilla scent in our house or on her or whatever. It's for some reason
it will always take you back to that moment.
Yeah, it's nostalgia almost with scents as well.
Yeah.
But let's try your spray. I want to try. Is this it right here?
Oh yeah,
right?
this is the new scent, Palo Santo Sage.
Palo
I
Santo
actually
Sage.
created it right after I had Jupiter. I went through postpartum depression.
Okay.
And I just wanted to feel very present and grounded. And so it's very earthy.
I mean, it's not perfume, but whatever. I'm just
But we
it
do
smells
have
really
perfume,
good.
so
Yeah.
we
I was like, I
yes.
don't know, this is really good. All right. I love that. Being Frenshe is sold exclusively at Target, including the latest scent, Palo Santo Sage.